Welcome back to another Title V instructional video from Trade Tech College. In this video I'm going to show you the most important thing you can do with your most important tool, the tape measure. After you've learned how to read a tape measure, the first thing you're going to be asked to do with it is to find half the distance to something or what half the size of something is. I was actually taught to read a tape measure using the half of a half idea. And I only really understand fractions because I understand what half of a half means. So I'm also going to try and show you that as well. So let's look at a tape measure again and review a little bit. There are 2 halves, 4 quarters, 8 eighths, and 16 sixteenths of an inch in every inch. Now let's go back to the half of a half idea. A half inch is 1/2 of 1 inch. A 1/4 inch is 1/2 of 1/2 of an inch. 1/2 of a 1/4 inch is 1/8 of an inch, and 1/2 of an eighth of an inch is 1/16 of an inch. Just to put all this into one sentence, a 16th of an inch is 1/2 of 1/8 of an inch, which is 1/2 of a 1/4 of an inch, which is 1/2 of 1/2 an inch. So a 16th of an inch is half of a half of a half of an inch. Trust me, you'll never be tested on that, but understanding the concept is really important. Because now the magic part of the half of a half idea comes into play. We know that half of a half is a 1/4, that half of a 1/4 is an eighth, and that half of an eighth is a 16th, right? What's half of 3/4? If half of a 1/4 is an eighth, and the question is, what's half of 3/4? Well, 3/8. Okay, let's try that again. So if half of 3/4 of an inch is 3/8 of an inch, what's half of 5/8 of an inch? If half of an eighth is a 16th, then half of 5/8 is 5/16. So I hope you've enjoyed this, possibly learned something, and thank you again to Title V and Los Angeles Trade Tech.